The recent decision by the United States Supreme Court to deny review of a gag order imposed on Donald Trump in his ongoing New York criminal case has sparked a flurry of discourse among legal and political circles. While the denial may appear procedural on the surface, it is laden with profound implications for the intersection of law, politics, and accountability in the United States. As the nation grapples with Trump's unique status as both a criminal defendant and a leading presidential candidate, the court's action prompts critical questions. Is Trump subject to the same legal constraints as other defendants, or does his political stature afford him special privileges? And what does this decision reveal about the broader dynamics of justice in an era of polarized governance? This analysis delves into the court's reasoning, the legal and political ramifications of the gag order, and its broader significance for the integrity of American democracy. At its core, this case is not merely about a legal technicality. It is a litmus test for the resilience of the rule of law and the judiciary's capacity to maintain impartiality under immense political pressure. The origins and rationale of the gag order. The gag order imposed by Judge Juan Merchan during Trump's New York criminal trial represents a significant judicial tool aimed at safeguarding the integrity of the judicial process. The order sought to restrict Trump's public statements about the case, particularly those likely to influence jurors, intimidate witnesses, or undermine the administration of justice. Trump's legal team characterized the order as an unconstitutional infringement on his First Amendment rights, emphasizing his dual roles as a defendant and a political figure actively engaged in a high-profile campaign for the presidency. Nevertheless, the courts upheld the gag order, highlighting the paramount importance of ensuring a fair trial. Even after the trial's conclusion, Judge Merchan determined that the order should remain in effect due to the ongoing nature of the case and the potential for Trump's public rhetoric to disrupt future proceedings. Trump's subsequent petition to the Supreme Court to overturn the gag order marked an effort to challenge these restrictions at the highest judicial level, an effort the court declined to entertain. Understanding the Supreme Court's denial. The Supreme Court's decision to deny certiorari, that is, to refuse review of Trump's petition, is both procedurally typical and substantively significant. The court grants discretionary review in only a small fraction of cases, typically those presenting novel constitutional questions or matters of exceptional public importance. By declining to intervene, the court effectively upheld the lower court's ruling without issuing an opinion, leaving the gag order intact. This outcome signals several key points. First, it underscores that Trump, despite his prominence, is not insulated from the legal restrictions that apply to other criminal defendants. Second, it reflects the court's measured approach to engaging in politically charged disputes unless compelled by extraordinary circumstances. While the court has shown a willingness to issue transformative rulings in other areas, its refusal to take up this petition suggests a reluctance to undermine the procedural authority of lower courts in routine matters. Implications for Trump's legal and political strategy. For Trump, the gag order represents a significant constraint on his ability to shape public perceptions of his legal battles. Throughout his political career, Trump has weaponized public commentary to rally support, cast doubt on judicial processes, and frame himself as a victim of political persecution. The gag order curtails this strategy, reinforcing the principle that defendants must adhere to judicial norms, regardless of their political aspirations. Politically, the gag order underscores the tensions inherent in Trump's dual status as a candidate and a defendant. While his legal team argues that restrictions on his speech hinder his ability to campaign effectively, the judiciary maintains that the integrity of legal proceedings must take precedence. This clash highlights a broader dilemma: how to reconcile the imperatives of justice with the demands of a highly polarized political landscape. Broader judicial trends and the Supreme Court's role. The gag order case must be viewed within the broader context of the Supreme Court's recent jurisprudence, which has frequently intersected with Trump's legal and political trajectory. Over the past several years, The court has issued rulings that critics argue have reshaped constitutional interpretations in ways that benefit Trump and his allies. For instance, the court's recognition of absolute immunity for presidents, a doctrine previously absent from mainstream constitutional scholarship, has raised significant concerns about the erosion of accountability for executive misconduct. Similarly, decisions on issues ranging from abortion rights to the disqualification clause of the 14th Amendment have fueled perceptions of a judiciary aligned with conservative ideological goals. These rulings have not only redefined the contours of American constitutional law but also deepened public skepticism about the court's impartiality and its role as a guardian of democratic principles. The special counsel's perspective. Special counsel Jack Smith's efforts to expedite Trump's legal proceedings further illuminate the complexities of navigating the judicial system in high-profile cases. Recognizing the potential for delays to undermine accountability, Smith has consistently sought to accelerate timelines and compel judicial intervention. However, the Supreme Court's handling of related cases, including its measured approach to Trump's absolute immunity claims, underscores the challenges of achieving swift resolutions in a system often characterized by procedural caution, accountability, and the rule of law. The Supreme Court's denial of Trump's gag order petition serves as a modest yet meaningful affirmation of the judiciary's commitment to upholding the rule of law. By allowing the gag order to stand, the court signaled that even politically powerful individuals must abide by judicial restrictions designed to preserve the fairness and integrity of legal proceedings. However, the broader landscape remains fraught with challenges. The court's conservative majority continues to wield significant influence, reshaping key legal doctrines in ways that critics argue undermine democratic accountability. The persistence of the gag order also underscores the protracted nature of accountability in a system grappling with unprecedented political and legal dynamics. While the judiciary has demonstrated its capacity to impose checks on Trump's conduct, the ongoing interplay between legal proceedings, political campaigns, and public opinion complicates efforts to ensure impartial justice. Implications for democratic resilience. The significance of this case extends beyond Trump's individual circumstances to the broader question of democratic resilience. The judiciary's ability to impose restrictions on a former president and potentially a future president reflects the enduring strength of American institutions. At the same time, the politicization of the judiciary and the erosion of public trust pose significant risks to the rule of law. As Trump's legal battles unfold, the stakes for American democracy remain high. The judiciary's capacity to navigate these challenges will play a crucial role in shaping the nation's political and legal future. While the Supreme Court's decision in this case represents a small victory for accountability, it is but one chapter in a much larger story about the resilience of democratic governance and the enduring struggle to uphold the principle that no one is above the law. The Supreme Court's refusal to review Trump's gag order petition is a pivotal moment in his legal saga, reaffirming the judiciary's authority to impose restrictions on even the most powerful individuals. While the decision underscores the principle of equality before the law, it also highlights the broader challenges facing the American justice system in an era of heightened political polarization. As Trump continues to navigate his roles as a criminal defendant and a leading presidential candidate, the nation faces a critical test of its democratic institutions. The judiciary's actions, including the imposition and enforcement of gag orders, serve as vital mechanisms for maintaining the integrity of legal proceedings. However, the broader implications of the Supreme Court's rulings and the ongoing politicization of the judiciary underscore the need for vigilance in preserving the rule of law. Ultimately, this case is not just about Donald Trump. It is a reflection of the enduring question of whether the law applies equally to all, regardless of power or position. The answer to this question will define not only this moment in history, but also the legacy of the Supreme Court and the resilience of American democracy for generations to come.